I just do mostly yeah. Daryl taught me how to drive the car.
All right, it's 7 o'clock. We're going to start the September 23rd meeting of the Whitley County Board of Zoning Appeals. May we have the roll call, please, Brent?
Yes, you may. Kelly Sheath.
Here.
Danny Wilkinson.
Here.
Doug Wright.
Here.
Joe Wolf.
Here.
And Jack Green.
I'll be here.
All right, we have got a copy of the meetings from the August 26th meeting in front of us, or the minutes of the August 26th meeting in front of us. If there's no corrections in that, we'll look for a motion to approve.
I move we approve the minutes from the August 26, 2025 meeting.
I'd second that.
Okay. Kelly has moved and Jack has seconded. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, passes unanimously. Okay, our next order of business. If you are here with a variance, or if you want to speak for or against or ask questions on a variance, you will need to stand now and take an oath, which our legal counsel, Elizabeth Decker, will administer. So,
you can please stand and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that any statements you make before the board tonight will be the truth? If so, state I do. I do. You can be seated.
okay, seeing no old business, we will move on to new business. But first, I will explain how we are going to run the meeting. What we will do is we will read your petition, and staff will then give a staff report on that petition. And then we will ask the petitioner or representative of to come forth to the podium, state your name and address, and tell us what you want to do. And then, after you explain that, we will open the floor for anybody to speak for or against the petition or who has questions of the petitioner. And then we will close the public hearing when those are done, and then we will bring it back to the board for vote. Okay. All right, our first piece of business is 25W Variance 21. Alan Schwartz for variance on a side setback. Current zoning is intensive use. The petitioners, owner of the subject property, are requesting a development standards variance for an encroachment into the required side setback at 7780 West, 1000 South, for placement of a solar array. This property is located on the north side of 1000 South, about 4,000 feet west of State Road 105 in Section 28 of Cleveland Township. Nathan, staff report, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So going to these slides for everyone's reference. This is 7780 West 1000 South. It's zoned IN intensive use because of the slaughterhouse use that was established in 2023. Overall area of the IN is 2.5 acres out of a total parcel acreage of 33.1. As you said, the proposal tonight is to construct a solar panel array with a 10-foot setback from the west property line. Because this is zoned IN, it does require a 50 plus 10 foot setback. Thus, the requested variance is 50 feet. As a reminder, AG would require 10 feet. The petitioner was here back in April for a similar request, almost identical request for an outbuilding. Because of the change in nature of the cases, this being for solar, that being for a building. Oftentimes we do apply variances to additional outbuildings if it maintains the same setback line. Because of the change in the type of structure, we felt that that couldn't be done here. So that's why you're seeing a very similar case, only a few months apart. So real quick, highlighted in blue is the subject property. This is the subject property closer with the zoning overlay. The gray area is the IN, AG is the green area. Site plan, the green block that is on the site plan is the outbuilding that I mentioned that was approved earlier this year. Highlight or circled in red are the solar panel arrays. This could be located a little bit farther a little bit farther north to be off of the IN property, but again, they are trying to locate all the structures near each other for obvious reasons. So that's why they're located here. And just like before, there's a slope between the barn sloping off to the west towards the field, which is one reason that they, again, are looking at putting these structures a little bit farther west rather than shifting them eastward. Because of the width of the panels, odds are they still could not have achieved that 60-foot required setback, even if they did move them simply farther east. It would have to be north and east. So with the review criteria, I already mentioned a few of the practical difficulties. Staff doesn't feel that this would be injurious. It's very similar. It would be identical to AG setbacks, which abound, which are surrounding the area. The outbuilding before and the solar panels are essentially accessory structures to agricultural business. They aren't really tied to the purpose that triggered the need for this to be industrial. So it really is more like AG than it is IN. So staff feels that this, similar to before and on the same basis, probably should be approved just like before. So any questions for me?
I see none. Thank you, Nathan. Would the petitioner or representative of please come forth and state your name and address and tell us what they want to do.
Hello, my name's Rebecca Michelin. I'm with Solar Energy, so I'm representing him. Address is 8015 West, 1350 North in Napanee, Indiana. Like staff report said, we're looking at doing the agricultural setbacks. I was not aware when I was doing any of this that it was industrial. So that is the main reason why we're here. And the reason why we were trying to put everything right there is because he has his generator room, which we were trying to locate all of his main components right there. And I know that he also has, if we move further south, he has a septic system that we don't want to be encroaching anything near. So we were just trying to stay kind of closer to those barns for ease of access for all of those components.
All right. So, any questions for the representative? Seeing none?
All right.
Go ahead and have a seat. At this time, we will open public hearing for anybody to speak for or against or has questions. And I'm not seeing anybody, so we shall close the public hearing and bring it back to the board. Board, what is your pleasure on this?
I move we approve 25W variance 21 for the development standard setback for the solar array for Aaron Allen and Kanisha Schwartz, as stated in the no conditions, right?
No, I don't see any conditions. So,
I'd second that.
okay, we have a motion by Kelly to grant the variance. second by Jack. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, it passes unanimously. You may stay and watch the rest of the meeting, or you may go ahead and leave and go on with your evening. Thank you guys very much.
Ripley didn't get much of a nap, did he?
I do have one question. When can I get the permit?
You can call me tomorrow.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, too bad. Thanks for putting up with me.
All right, our next piece of business is variance 25, W variance 22. Stanley Egolf. Property is currently zoned lake residential. The petitioner, life estate occupant of the subject property, is requesting a development standard variance of the required front setback for an enclosed carport. The property is located at 3291 West Hill Drive in Section 12 of Etna Troy Township. It is comprised of lots 38 and 39 of the Oak Park subdivision. The property is currently improved with a dwelling, a detached garage, smaller buildings, and the subject carport. This is at Goose Lake. So, staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you said, this is zone lake residential. It's lots 38 and 39 of Oak Park subdivision, which is on the north side of Goose Lake. What is being proposed is to permit and enclose an existing 20 by 24 foot carport in order to increase the amount of enclosed storage that the petitioner has on the property. The carport was placed on the property without a permit about, best as we could figure out, about 11 years ago, so roughly 10 years ago. It's located approximately 2.5 feet from the right-of-way line. Enclosing it would not change that, it would just simply enclose the existing structure. So the setback is 2.5 feet. Minimum rear setback, being that this is, wait, is that correct? Sorry, I'm now second guessing myself.
That should be
here.
35.
Yeah, it should be 35 feet, not the 15. This is not a rear setback. It has 2 front setbacks because it has 2 road frontages and does not have lake frontage. So, so the variance is 30. Yeah, the variance number is correct, 32.5 feet, not the setback number. So, my apologies on not changing that when I created the slide. So this is the subject property highlighted in blue, sandwiched again between 2 roads here. And when you have 2 road frontages, you have 2 front yards, which comes into play somewhat as you look at the variance. This is a little closer view with the topography turned on, and I draw this to your attention because of the very heavy slope here. It drops off about 15 feet or so between the south edge of the yard on down to the lower road. That greatly reduces the amount of space that's available for any sort of additional structures, combined with the well location, some existing trees that are on property that are significant size, and so on. So the subject carport is located right here. This is the detached garage that was mentioned, and the house, of course, is here. Oblique view to give you a bit different perspective, and again, zooming in, that carport is just behind the red car that's in this photo. This was taken earlier this year. Survey for reference, the blue hatched area is the location of the carport. So going to the review criteria, won't really belabor this too much. This is a lake area. We do have, as you saw in the aerials, we do have other neighbors that have structures that are fairly close without apparent impact on public health, safety, and general welfare. Of course, you should find practical difficulties. For similar reasons, staff doesn't feel like this would greatly affect the value of the area. The use of the adjacent property may have some impacts just because of the proximity to the right-of-way, but again, staff doesn't feel that that would be substantial. And then, as I mentioned, there do appear to be a couple different factors that contribute to being practical difficulties for the property, being the existing improvements on the site and the topography, among others. So any questions for me?
Nathan, can you bring that the map up again that shows the houses? I'm trying to look at it here.
That one or the,
I think the one before that shows other ones. I was trying to see. Okay.
or do you want a wider view as well?
No, I think that helps because I was trying to look at.
That's all close in
How close that one.
Yeah, there are houses at both ends of that are right on the property line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you look clear down to the point down there, the house down there, there's only 4.5 feet from the blacktop to the house itself. Mine is 12 feet. If I'm allowed to talk on that, I'm sorry.
Nope, thanks. That helps. I'm just trying to compare.
Any other questions? Okay, seeing none. Thank you, Nathan. Okay, petitioner, would you like to come forth and tell us what you would like to do with your variance?
Well, as a farm kid, I grew up and throwed lots of things around
Sir,
the
could you
outside.
please state your name and address
I'm
for the
sorry.
record, please?
Stanley Egolf, 3291 West Hill Drive. But as a farm boy, I grew up and, you know, when you get done with something, you just lay it down. Neighbors complained about it, so I got everything cleaned up. And when I had the carport built, the guy that done it lived on 109, and he said he'd take care of the permit and everything if I bought the building through him. So that's the reason I paid for a permit, but I paid him, and I didn't know whether he had one or not. So come find out, he said, said there was no permit issued. So I didn't know, but I want to close it in and put a couple garage doors in it, and that way they wouldn't see what I'm doing inside. I've got everything cleaned up on the outside, so there's nothing out there. But that's what I wanted to put to close in, and that way it'd be a little drier too for working in there and stuff. Thank you.
All right, any questions of the petitioner? Okay, seeing none. We will open public hearing. Seeing nobody in the crowd, so we will close the public hearing also and bring it back to the board for discussion and what you would like to do.
Make a motion to approve 25W variance 22 as presented.
Okay. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I got a question.
Okay.
What's the definition of an enclosed carport? 4 sides, 3 sides, 3.5 sides?
That is a really good question, and I'm not. What's the petitioner have to say?
when you enclose this, it's going to be enclosed on all four sides, correct?
Supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be all four.
Okay, that's all I need.
The backside sets clear up against the garage. You only got about 3 foot at the top where the roof is to enclose back on the backside.
Mr. Egolf, would you know what direction the doors will open? Will the doors be on the?
Facing north.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because the building, or the lots run north and south.
Mm-hmm.
The building is on the north end of the existing garages there.
All right, we still have a motion, so we still need a second.
I'd second that.
Okay, Jack seconds the motion. If there's no further discussion, we'll go ahead and vote. All those in favor of 25W variance 22, signify by raising your right hand. All those opposed, it passes unanimously. So, thank you very much, sir. So,
You can go if you wish. Call me tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, because I gotta call the contractor, you know, to make sure.
You got it.
Start.
Perfect. Thanks, Stanley.
okay. Is there any other business?
I have one quick question. I'm sorry, I know you guys want to go, but this variance made me think of this, and I've been looking at the comprehensive plan lately. 1.8, take action to address lake-specific issues in a detailed plan and update regulations of the zoning ordinance to minimize the number of variances for lake properties. Has that been looked at? I know you guys don't have anything to do. I'm sorry, I'm saying that tongue in cheek. And I know we do not have near the variances that they had years ago, but we average at least one.
We have enough to be of concern. Importantly, they vary. It's not always the same type all the time. So
Right.
we have, it used to be that we had gobs and gobs of side yard variances. Right now we kind of still have mixed. Still something to be looked at. What that is recommending, and to answer your question about the bigger picture, no, we haven't pursued it because it involves funding that right now it's not really available.
Okay.
But it is to do a lake plan. So the lakes were identified as having really specific needs of their own, kind of like a downtown plan, almost identical to a downtown plan. For the city. And in that, there would be various recommendations very specific to the lakes. So what do we do about our no man's land areas around the lakes? Do we proactively seek out quiet title actions to get them into ownership? Do we try and figure out ownership? Does the county actually take ownership, take title to various things? For public use. That's one hot topic. Dead-end streets that probably should have been connected. Fry Road and Gatesworth Drive come to mind. That was one that was planned, but literally it's on the plat, but just never was connected. And then there's quite a few others as well. That would be another one. Do we actually say, yes, we want to connect these roads, look for right-of-way dedication at some point in the future, and so on. So that's a much bigger ball of wax at planning level than simply code changes. And hey, funding is I just don't feel right asking, since we've been told funding is such a struggle.
Okay.
So
I just wanted to make note of it in there, and I just think, driving around, it's been a long time since I've been around Goose Lake, but the developmental pressure and the proximity, the safety, everything's just on top of everything else. And it's concerning.
very, very much so.
I got a question.
Mhm.
Is there any ordinances in the United States that controls, power, battery, storage. Big battery storage units to store energy. Is there any ordinances that controls that, or can that go any place?
So it's locally controlled. I mean, there are, I'm sure EPA's got rules, but in our solar ordinance, battery energy storage system, so BESS, is part of our solar code. That was when we were assuming that BESS was going to be always associated with solar, which they aren't. But where they aren't, right now, they're always located next to substations as part of the utility company. So they fall under the utility company's exemptions from zoning. If we had a third party BESS located away from a substation for some reason, which as far as I know we don't have any proposed, but if we did, then I'm not sure what we would do. We would figure it out.
So are you telling me out in the agricultural area or industrial area, battery storage is or is not permitted?
If it were done by a utility, so if AEP wanted to do it,
If it's done by a private individual?
no.
What would
No.
ban it though?
I'm
I
just,
can't think of one that would, what would the ordinance be that would ban the battery?
Right. If it's individual, then just like solar, individual that's primarily for your own use, that would be an accessory use.
so it's permitted, you're saying?
Like if you wanted, at your house, you wanted to have a battery collection system
Okay, I'm just asking.
that was for your own private use, then yeah.
It's permitted.
Well, as an accessory structure. So yeah.
So,
If you wanted to get a whole bunch of AA batteries together and string them all together,
I
I'm
want
not going to
this
stop
bunch
you.
of lithium.
Well,
I'm just asking.
Mhm.
And now we're
Can
all curious.
businesses
Yeah.
can businesses do that out in the,
If it's for their own,
if it's for their own use? There's no
Their own private use.
own private use.
Right. They can't like sell it, sell the
Right.
power.
Sell the excess.
Right,
Okay.
without
Which
approval.
which is where the third-party solar generators, BESS, that's what they're in business to do. Anything that's for local consumption, be it home or
Okay.
local industry, we judge to be accessory.
Okay.
I do have one other thing too. Don't forget about Monday nights roundtable discussion. It'll be here. Well, actually, I have some tables out there rather than chairs.
Square ones, or rectangle ones at a round table.
It's
Yeah,
not a roundtable discussion, it's a roundtable.
It's gonna be a square table.
it'll be square table. Yeah. Come with if you've got some topics you want to talk about with the other jurisdictions, particularly Columbia City, since the other two don't always come. Come and we'll have some discussion. I may bring some refreshments, but as I was saying, it won't be pizza like last year. But I might have some refreshments for you. So that's 6 o'clock Monday night.
Is there anything else? Seeing none, we will adjourn. Thank you very much.